Clara is underrated. Now more than ever, the current pure fiction is perfect for her, truly showing how much value she provides to your account. Personally, she's one of my favorite characters, so let's talk about her best Lightcones, Relics, Teamcomps, and Eidolons. So in terms of her Lightcones, there's a few things to note here. Firstly, her best in slot for damage will be Imbibitor's signature, Brighter Than the Sun, assuming you basic occasionally to keep uptime on the stacks. However, it's only worth it if you already have it, otherwise Fall of an Aeon will be her free-to-play best in slot. Then some alternatives can be Under the Blue Sky at S5, or even a Secret Vow at S5, but I'm going to explain why Clara's own signature Lightcone is her general best in slot. Even though it performs a tiny bit worse in terms of damage compared to Brighter Than the Sun, still better than everything else, the healing mechanic can situationally be good enough to completely replace the need for a sustain, meaning it can result in much higher DPS. In ideal circumstances, like the current pure fiction, you can see how her Lightcone's healing is enough. I don't have it, so we're just gonna have to pretend, but here she has 4,540 attack with buffs. That's actually kinda low compared to average. Her Lightcone at S1 heals 8% of that every time she gets hit, meaning she will heal 363 HP every hit. Combine this with her damage mitigation, and she will not die. A Cloud Knight hits her for 250 HP, she would full heal. A Dragonfish hits her for 188 HP, she full heals. Of course, bosses hit for a bit more, but the point is, her signature Lightcone provides way more value than any other option, making it her actual general best in slot. But regardless, let's move on to relics. The boxing set will be her best in slot for everything. Longevous Disciple performs almost equally, and also two-piece combinations of boxing, Longevous, Pioneer, Grand Duke, and even Musketeer all perform almost equally to four-piece boxing. Use whatever has the best stats. For her planar ornaments, Inert Salsado will buff her follow-ups a lot, but Space Healing Station isn't too far behind in performance if you can get her to 120 speed. Also, the Sigonia set can work in pure fiction, or in content where there are just many weak waves, but it's very niche, so you don't need to farm for that. Now, main stats. She wants crit on the body, attack percent on the boots, physical damage preferably, but attack percent can work on the orb, and attack percent on the rope. Substats in order of importance are crit, of course, then attack percent. Everything else isn't too great, but sustainability can be nice. On to team comps. Clara is designed to be hyper-carried, so any combination of buffers, debuffers that focus on follow-up attacks will be perfect. Her prime team will be Robin, herself, Topaz, and Tingyun. Topaz can be replaced with a sustain, preferably Adventurine, but any works. You could also replace any characters you don't have with Pela, Silverwolf, or Ruan Mei even. Huohuo is also a decent sustain. Just remember that you want her having a ton of energy, so pairing her up with characters like Tingyun and Huohuo can maintain 100% uptime on her ult, which will boost her damage a ton. Now finally, Eidolons. So E1 makes it so her skill doesn't remove marks of counter, which is applied to enemies by Svarog when they hit Clara. Pretty simple, it doesn't really change much. E2, when she ults, she gains 30% attack for 2 turns. You should have 100% uptime on her ult, so this is just a straight up damage buff. E4, damage taken by Clara is reduced by 30%. It's helpful, but it doesn't make her stronger. It just indirectly makes her Lightcone better. E6, now when other allies are hit, Svarog has a 50% chance to counter regardless if her ult is active. It's nothing too crazy, as you should have permanent uptime on it anyways, but the big damage increase comes from the enhanced counter limit increasing by 1. So now every ult, she has 3 enhanced counters, dealing a ton more AoE. Like I said before, Clara is one of my favorite characters. She's just so unique, strong, and fun. If you don't have her, hey, that sucks. But seriously though, she's helped me clear a ton of pure fiction content, dealing a bunch of damage. But man, if only I had Topaz.